Stuck with me today. Morning, everyone. Well, we're going to get back in this tractor. There's 150 acres field of stalks over here. It's going to be the driest ground we got left, so we're going to see if we can do them. Like I say, it might be too wet, but we'll see if we can do it while we can. We'll start raining here this afternoon, and then I think it's going to rain like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days this week. So this might be all that we get done for a while, and then we'll be back to shop work.
The mic was keyed.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a mic holder in this tractor, so I've just been putting it down on the armrest and I'm keying the mic on accident every now and then, I guess. Guess I got to get a mic holder. Someone asked me in the last video what we use for CBs. If you don't know, we use Midland Micro Mobiles. This is an MXT275. We have some variants of these radios in pretty much every piece of equipment now. Mine's some of the construction equipment. Then we have several handhelds. They work great. If you're interested in them, I've got a few videos on them, and there's a link in all my video descriptions to the ones that we use. Switching my fields in here. Still getting used to this monitor. Maybe I'm not doing this right. If you have one of these and you see that I'm doing it wrong, please let me know. But whenever I put the switch fields in the task controller, like I can't select the farm and then get the fields out of that farm. I've just got a list of every one of my fields. Now I think once I get my boundaries in here, it'll know where I'm at and it'll just pull up the field. But right now it's kind of a pain in the butt. But if you know how to do this a different way, it's easier, let me know in the comments, please. What's in? Decided to switch my remotes up here to this little, I don't know, joystick or whatever you want to call it, instead of these. Decided to switch my up and down remotes to up here on this knob versus down here on the regular remotes. For some reason I can't get this thing to map, and I was kind of wondering maybe something wasn't wrong with the #1 switch that triggers when this thing should start recording acres and stuff. But I don't know, still not having any luck. Well, now it's mapping, so there must be something wrong with that #1 remote. Maybe. I might have just had something selected wrong on here. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna go ahead and switch that back now to see if it maps. If not, I'll know that remote switch, something's wrong with it. Probably one of my least favorite parts about this tractor is how hard it is to get to the hydraulic remotes. Well, I feel pretty dumb. Except still getting the hang of this thing, and turns out I just had something set up wrong. Let's see here. This is where you control what remote triggers the hydraulics, which I have selected, or what remote triggers the acre counter, the mapping, all that good stuff, which I do have selected. I didn't have that selected. See that? Turns off your mapping. Turn it back on, you're mapping again. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? So many cameras. And once you get that go and in function set up, it's pretty slick. I'm a fan. Tillage is a pretty fun job. You kind of just sit back and relax. Like with planting, you're constantly watching your seed monitor, making sure that everything's planting right. Stuff breaks from time to time. You gotta fill up the seed. With this thing, you can just pretty much sit back and relax. Every now and then you might have something get stuck in a rolling basket, drag up, but by that point you've probably been sitting down for 10 hours and you just want to get out anyways. So it's a pretty relaxing thing, in my opinion. But I'd say probably my favorite tractor job is planting. Combine and corn is pretty high up there on the favorite list, but I'd say planting is probably still my favorite. One thing I probably should have explained, like in the first tillage video, was our tillage practices. A few people asked me in last night's video like why we weren't tilling bean stubble or why do we do vertical tillage, or what's our theory on that, or versus this or versus that. We do vertical tillage just to kind of manage residue. Like, I still consider vertical tillage basically no-till, because you're not doing any deep tillage, you're not really turning any dirt, you're pretty much just chopping up what's on top. And it just, to me, it makes it a little bit easier to plant soybeans in. That being said, I mean, we've had good yields without it, but we've had good yields with it too, so I don't know, I think it just helps manage residue a little bit better. And typically we just go over the corn stalks and the wheat stubble. We don't really go over bean stubble at all. They'll just get dry fertilizer spread on it. We would like to go back to strip till. For probably 10 years in the mid-90s, we strip tilled anhydrous ammonia, and then we lost access to an anhydrous tank. We just never bought one, so that's why we don't do that. We use 28. We would like to go back to strip till, and we'd like to strip till in our dry fertilizer eventually, but that's kind of our tillage practices at the moment. I'll put a poll in here because I'm kind of curious too. I'll put a poll. If you can't see these polls if you're watching on TV, just fair warning, but let me know. I'm gonna put 3 choices in it. Do you do heavy tillage, which plowing, cultivating, heavy disking, minimal tillage, which is what I'm going to call vertical tillage and strip till, or 100% strict no-till? I'd be curious to see those numbers. We have a little bit of everything in this area, I know, so I'm sure it's like that across the country. Alright, one thing I forgot to mention is this is a 30-foot Turbo Max. Right now we are pulling at around 31.3 acres per hour is kind of where I'm staying around. That's according to the monitor. But that is a theoretical measurement. That is, if you never picked it up for an hour, kept this speed going in a straight line, that's how many acres you would do. So we're going to find out what our actual acreage per hour is. So I've set a timer. I know there's better ways to do this, or ways to do this without doing it the way I'm going to do it, but I'm a simple man, so. And I just listened to that song, so that's how we're going to do it. Same thing happened to my Blizzard yesterday, happened to my coffee. It's empty. Starting to see a pattern here. Must be a hole in the cup. Well, you can't see it, but my timer's done. It's been an hour. Looks like we've done just a shade over 28 acres this hour, so it's not bad. That's kind of what I figured it'd be, 28, 29 acres. I think I see dust back there. It's odd. It's probably time to rain. Probably about time to rain. No blizzard today. Deer sticks. It's not bad. But a mint Oreo blizzard's way better. Well, shoot, we only got 50 acres left of this field. you're gonna believe this, but look how dusty that camera is. I would have never believed it had been that dusty out there. From the air, it kind of looked like the Turbo Maxes maybe putting a couple streaks in the field. I think that's just the way that them spikes roll the trash. I've adjusted it a few times, trying to see if I can get that out of there. I'm pretty sure that's just the way that the baskets move trash. The dirt itself is not really on levels. It's not really creating like a washboard effect. But one thing you do have to watch with the Turbo Max is those baskets in the back, the rolling baskets. If you get going too fast, or if the ground's, really it's just if you get going too fast, they'll start bouncing. I think the new Turbo Maxes have hydraulic downforce in them, or you can maybe pick them up, I don't know. But when they start bouncing, that's when you can really mess the field up. Dad's going around the fields with the backhoe. Every winter there's always a few limbs down, stuff like that. So he's going around the fields with the backhoe, pushing stuff out of the way, and it's pretty nice. That he likes tearing stuff up with the backhoe, so that's part of the reason why we have a wheeled backhoe. It's just handy. You can go over and get that on a limb, come over here and do that, and take it back home. You don't have to worry about low boys, stuff like that. It's a little bit quicker on the ground than the excavator, but yep, that's what he's doing. I'm not sure what George's doing, but today's Sunday, so I'm sure he went to church this morning. All that good stuff. He usually takes it pretty easy on Sunday. That's how Bob Brown trims trees right there. Excavator bucket, backhoe bucket. Definitely not with a chainsaw. No hands. Oh, we just about got this field done. We're on the last pass of it now. I am just about out of government juice, so I don't know how much we're going to get to do. The tank's not over here. I think the tank might be empty, so that's a problem. I didn't think we'd run out today, but I also didn't think the ground would be this dry. I figured this field would probably be the only one we can do. There's a cornfield right beside it. I might run on it for a while, so this thing, I think once they get so low on urea, they'll, or depth or whatever it is, they'll detune or dethrottle or something. Won't let it rev up enough. You can just kind of limp it back to the shed, so I might do that. Perfect. Run out of government juice just in time for the rain to get here. Starting to see some sprinkles on the windshield already. Well, we're out of government juice. Crap. Guess we have to fold her up. That sucks. But there's only like 20 more acres of this field anyways. Yeah, that's going to be it. Looks like the rain's just about here. Like I say, it sprinkled a little bit on me earlier, and we're out of government juice, so that's the end for now. If it does not rain by some miracle, we'll be back to doing some vertical tillage tomorrow. We've also got some more beans to haul in. So if it does rain, we'll probably be hauling beans. But thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brian's Farming Videos and Facebook at Brown Farms. And we'll see you in the next video.